Hi, and thank you for joining me on the call today, where I'm going to introduce you to a new shopping cart software that we use in our business called ThriveCart. And to help keep the time of this call down and show you exactly what you need to know, I'm only going to go through the very important stuff that you'll benefit from knowing. And I'm going to keep this session to around 30 to 45 minutes maximum, but importantly, just make sure you stay with me throughout the call, because I'm going to give you something that will help you get started with ThriveCart much easier than you thought was possible. It's going to get you in front of your best customers and start taking payments online as soon as possible. But if you decide to leave before the end of the session, you're going to miss out on the steps you need to take to do that. And you'll also miss out on something a little special for being on the call with us. So my name's Rick Nuske, and I'm one of two directors at My Future Business, where the focus is on getting you in front of your best customers online. And as a business that specifically is focused on the online side of your business, the internet side, we're focused on finding, testing and reviewing software, and if they end up being good enough, we adopt the best digital solutions that we know work seamlessly, so that you can adopt them for your own business. So with that in mind, in this session, I'm going to give you some important insights into this new shopping cart software that I think you're going to appreciate. So stick with us. Now, I say new, but we've actually been using it for around about 8-9 months now as an early adopter and lifetime account holder. And I have to say that the performance of this particular software is really, really good. So good that this is why I put this session together, because I want to tell you more about it, and I want to tell you why you should get it for your business. Now, I'm also aware of personal biases, and I can say for a fact that this shopping cart software is a really solid option if you're looking for something that's reliable, stable, has exceptional after-sale support, and it's a shopping cart that it's continually evolving with new features that users are actually asking for. So here's something that I find interesting. I was that impressed with ThriveCart during our testing of it. I went ahead and took advantage by actually purchasing myself 2 lifetime ThriveCart accounts, one that I use for personal payment processing and the other which is dedicated to our core business called My Future Business. Now, if you haven't seen ThriveCart in action anywhere, after this call, not before, drop over to our shop page on myfuturebusiness.com and you can see our ThriveCart embedded into those pages. But for now, just stick with me and let's get into this call by asking just one question. What's the big deal with ThriveCart? And to answer that question, it's going to be helpful to give you a second, basically a 2-second overview about how I got to this point with ThriveCart and why I'm now recommending it for your business. Now, as our focus is on bringing your business online and getting you in front of your best customer, it makes sense for us to help you find something that's reliable and inexpensive to help you process your customers' payments. And early on, like I'm talking maybe 8 years ago now, like many other people who started, I used to do the basic embedding PayPal buttons at the bottom of my sales pages, and that was great for a while, but I couldn't do everything I wanted to do. It was very limited. But importantly, PayPal still is an incredibly important payment channel for us, because around about 60 to 70% of all the transactions that we take in our business, we receive through PayPal. And having a shopping cart with the ability to process payments using PayPal was one of a few very important reasons for us switching over to ThriveCart. Another thing we began doing a little while back before we purchased ThriveCart was, after we'd progressed from using simple PayPal buttons, we set up an incredibly expensive Infusionsoft account which came with its own shopping cart. Obviously, we wanted the best shopping cart that we could find, and apart from being extremely overpriced, it was clunky, and as users, I actually found it utterly frustrating to use and set up. So I continued looking around for something better, something simpler. In fact, I gave Infusionsoft the nickname Confusionsoft. That's how much of a pain in the backside it ended up being for us. So no guesses for realizing we left that pretty quickly. It was pretty shortly after we got into Confusionsoft that I set up and tested another option called WooCommerce on one of our websites just to test it out. And WooCommerce is definitely a capable e-commerce platform with a great deal of functionality. It's quite capable, but what I personally found is that for our business, it was like smashing a peanut with a sledgehammer. We just didn't need all of those features, and we just didn't need all of the functionality, and there was integration hurdles and the annual renewal price tag just to keep WooCommerce up and running. And this is a part of the core reason for this session, is to get away from this need to having to renew memberships or pay subscription. I hate subscription models with a passion. So what I wanted was a way to take my payments, capture address details, take the PayPal payments and link it to our Stripe account and have it easily integrate with our membership forum site. So this is where I take just a bit of a detour on the call, which is going to make sense in a minute. So stick with me. I'm a big believer in being mentored by others who have already done what I want to do in my own business. So at that time, I was on the lookout for someone who would mentor me, who was an authority in their field. And it didn't take too long for me to find someone who I connected with, who I thought would add some value to our business. Now, the reason this is important for you to know is because it was inside this particular premium mentorship program where I was introduced to other business owners who were asking similar questions to the ones I was asking, and they also had experience and answers to most of my questions. And in this particular program, I was very fortunate to trip over a conversation about shopping carts and how payment processor businesses like, what's an example, eWay, required a whole lot of work to set up at the front end, and they came with steep monthly charges, more charges per transaction, and they required a verified account connected to my bank, who would in turn charge their own monthly fee, and it just went on and on and on. By the time I looked at the margins at the end, we virtually had none. So no surprises that all of these extra fees added up and caught my attention when it came time to review the monthly bank statements. And all I wanted, like most business owners, was to find a way to keep more of the profits of my business in my pocket. That's why I'm in business. So with fees in the back of my mind, I kept scanning all of the feedback in the group, and when I found one particular conversation about online payment processing and how this particular shopping cart platform was getting a lot of really positive response, I looked into it more. Needless to say, this was Thrivecart. And given the cost and the problems I was having at that time with setting up our own shopping cart, and I began asking the group more questions, including how could I get my hands on it? Could I test drive Thrivecart? How much does it cost? And what was the support like? What was the sort of businesses that Thrivecart was best suited for? And as you can guess, my list of questions just went on and on and on. And I'm glad I asked them, though, because some 8 months later now, we've been using Thrivecart for all of our online transactions without any problems at all. We have not had one problem with it. Now, I don't know if I'd mentioned earlier, but I'm that impressed that I purchased 2 lifetime accounts just so I could have a dedicated shopping cart platform that I have confidence in and I can rely on, because at the end of the day, you do need a good shopping cart that works every time to take your online transactions. So as you've probably already figured out, the focus of this session is going to be on giving you my opinion of Thrivecart and show you inside one of my Thrivecart accounts and show you how easy it is for you to set up your first shopping cart in just a few minutes, literally a few minutes. So here's the thing though. I know the lifetime account holder offer is going to be closed soon. It's going to go away. But the problem that I face on this call is that the guys at Thrivecart are not telling anyone when this offer is going to go away. So now's the time to jump on it if you're going to jump on it. But what I do know is that if you wait and you miss out on this lifetime offer, then you're going to still have access to Thrivecart, and which I strongly suggest you do use, but you'll end up paying a monthly subscription of around about $97 every month. So if you do the math, it won't take you long to get a return on your investment. So my goal with the session is to educate you so that after it, you will hopefully have enough information so that you can make a decision around whether or not Thrivecart is going to be right for your business, and that's the whole point. Okay, this is going to make the most sense by simply going into one of our Thrivecart accounts. So if you went to https://thrivecart.com, this is the page that you will see. It's your typical sort of landing page that gives you an overview of the entire Thrivecart features and benefits and you know, the things that it can do essentially, some testimonials and things like that. So definitely have a look at that. But today I'm going to take you through one of our accounts. So you would, after you've got your own copy of the account, you would click sign in, and you would choose the account that you wanted, click sign in, and straight away you'll see a couple of different things, and I'll step through the pages as I experience them. So what you get to do is you get to choose the name of your account. You can call it whatever you like, providing that name's not taken. And you also get an affiliate account. If you apply to become an affiliate, you will also have to go through an approvals process, which takes about a day or so. No big deal there. If you click there, you go to, let's just do the affiliate account first. We'll go into that section, and for this particular account, there's no affiliate program set up. But if you go into here, this is the one which is actually the topic we're talking about today, which is the limited lifetime account. Means pay once and that's it, and you don't pay anything more. And you see your net commissions as you make them, how many clicks, how many transactions, gross sales, refunds, and refund amount. You can do it today or a lifetime or a custom range, which is quite quite useful depending on how much detail you're looking to see. So if we went back to the lifetime limited account, we click on it. You see here you need to do a few things, is set up your PayPal and things like that. So, and when you do, it'll then give you the ability to create trackable affiliate links here. So you might want to call it, let's say you're doing a Facebook campaign, you could call it Facebook, and then it will give you the ability up here. You can just see it here, create affiliate link with tracking ID. So if you did it across multiple platforms, say Bing, Google, and Facebook, you could call this one, click here and rename it FB for Facebook, or Google AdWords, or whatever it is that you're wanting to track, just so you know where you're getting your conversions from, which is pretty important. And then ultimately, once you have some sales come in, you'll have a table reporting on the statistics of your commission history. So pretty much of a no-brainer there. Now go back to the account. We'll go back into the main account, which we have a number of different products set up. Now it's like anything. Once you go through this once, you'll have a good understanding of how this all comes together. You can have an infinite number of shopping carts set up, and in this video we're going to set up a new product, which is simply a matter of clicking the create new product button here. But in this, once you have products, you can add upsells, downsells, and you can split test different variations of your shopping cart, which might be that you want to split test an upsell versus a downsell, a trial versus a lifetime offer. Whatever you want to do, you can do that here. But first of all, let's click to create a new product. We're going to call it test, and this here is a descriptive label for us here. So test product for video, and you'll see here it's got a checkout page URL, and these little blue icons, it gives you a bit of an explanation as to what this is about. Unlimited, you can limit the quantity of available products for that given product, but we're not going to do that. It's unlimited. We're in test mode, so it's like a sandbox, which is really quite useful, and we're going to use that in this video today. So once you've set that and you're happy with that, you can simply click this preview checkout button now, and as you can see there, this is a preview of the actual page. So it's all browser based. You can quickly see what you're doing, what changes you're making, and this red strip will go away obviously when it's live and embedded into your web page. So next is the next step. You can have different currencies depending on where you are, which is obviously quite useful to if you want to transact in US dollars or Australian dollars or wherever you are. This is where you would change that. It could be a one-time fee, a subscription. So like if you had a membership forum, for example, as we do, we set up this to be a subscription. So they might get a 6-month free trial and then they go into a subscription, and it's all automated. Once you've set this up once and connected it to your payment transaction provider like PayPal or Stripe, away you go. You would put your price in here. So let's just put in an arbitrary $1, and there is no trial period for this product, but the example I've just given you would be is where you might give them 60-day or 90-day trial or year trial. It's up to you. And it says here, your customer will be charged $1 USD immediately. So it's all based on the parameters that you've set here. And if we were to change this to, say, 90 days, you see here it's automatically changed and it tells you what it's going to configure your shopping cart to do. So $1 will be charged in 90 days because there's a 90-day trial period, which is nice to see straight up front. There are different accepted payment processors. Like I've said, is Stripe, PayPal, Apple Pay, and Authorized Net. So if you're using any one of those, you'll be simply a matter of clicking on whatever one you want to use, and that part of it is set up. I've gone ahead and clicked PayPal, and that is our PayPal button. And initially, if you need to set it up, you click this button, and it just asks you to provide your details of your PayPal account. It's a walk in the park to set up, very easy. So again, if you've done this and you want to check your account, you can see here it's now got a PayPal button, and that's all there is to it. So next, you'll need to provide a support URL. So it might be support@yourcompany.com. So whatever the email is that you want to receive, so that you specifically know that it's from your shopping cart. So it might be cartsupport@mycompany.com. And if you haven't set up an email for that, just spend a little bit of time maybe setting up an extra email so you can quickly identify what that email is about without having to guess and go through. And that's what we do. We generally split out as much as possible, so it makes it easy for us. So the next step is the success URL. This is where your customers are taken once they've purchased. You may decide that they go to mycompany.com/blog or mycompany.com/login if you have a membership page. So whatever it is, you will put it in this box here. And you can set an expiration date for this if it's relevant for you. In many cases it won't be. You might just send it to never. And this is a very powerful one. There is a number of different membership platforms you can set this up and configure it with. And in this case, we have the My Future Business membership script. Now, down below, this may not apply to you if you're not using Digital Access Pass, which is DAP, and you will have product numbers. So if it's your first product, it would be 1. You would put it in there, and then automatically, once the payment's made, it's integrated with DAP, and they're sent details about their username and login, which is very, very useful. And this is where you would put your login. It could be your site.com/members/login, or whatever your URL is that you've configured for this part of it. Now, Kanarchy allows you to send physical CDs and DVDs to your customers, so that's really powerful if you're into that sort of thing, sending CDs and DVDs, and that's where you would set it up. You set up your Kanarchy account if you don't have one just by clicking this link. We don't use that, so we generally don't use that part of this system. And you can spend some time putting in thank you for your payment and welcome to the club, or whatever it is you want to say. And again, you can upload your own logo to customize your user's experience. But in this case, we're not going to do this. You can add your logo as you see fit. So again, let's have a look. And that's how it looks. Very, very good looking invoices, professionally laid out. You don't have to do anything else. I mean, this is the thing that really gets me about this program, is that this is all thought through for you. And, you know, as a one-time payment offer, I couldn't think of anything more relevant to your business if you're taking transactions online. So let's have a look at the preview of the checkout. Oh, I need to provide a valid URL. So it will stop you as you need to be stopped if you haven't provided the details that it needs. Let's just put, so here I've added a success URL. We'll preview the checkout. You go to complete your order. Won't be submitted, but that's how you, again, check your Thrive cart is what you want it to be and how it looks. Then you move on to next. Now this is a beta program. This has been in beta for a little while, and this helps you calculate any sales tax automatically for your region. If you were to click on it, you can choose a category, and it helps you decide which taxation requirements are most applicable to the type of product that you're offering. So in this case, let's assume that it was software, and you need to click to confirm your address. Okay, so you can say, this is my address, this is where I live. Yes, this is correct. It's just confirming the address. You may or may not want to collect sales tax in your local country, or EU VAT tax. So not going to collect it. So, and it gives you a prompt to say, yes, I'm sure I don't want to, and I don't want to collect that, so yes, I'm sure. Now, if you're unsure about any of your taxation requirements, I'm not a tax agent, so it'd be useful for you to contact a tax agent in your local area just to make sure you're doing the right thing there. Next, do you want to set a bump on this offer? And now, a bump is simply a matter of, you know, you're offering a core product, and then you say, listen, whilst you're here, don't miss out on this, in this case, amazing offer. If you want to, you can buy this extra widget from me for only $19, and you would go in here and you can change text. All right, and you can change the price, my special product. So this will show. Let's call it ebook offer. All right, and we'll say that it was $14. So at this stage, we go check out the cart. Straight away, you can see underneath, if your original price was $1 and then they clicked on here, you'll see that up the top right hand side it goes from $1 to $14 plus sales tax $16.50. So it does absolutely everything for you, lays it out really nice, and you know, away you go. Now, just because it says PayPal here, something I overlooked, it's more than just PayPal. If you want to have Visa transactions, even though PayPal ultimately allows you to pay by credit card, if you want to add PayPal, MasterCard, Visa, whatever choice you want, you can do that in the previous settings on this page, so it will show more than just the PayPal option. But to close out of that, we'll go to the next stage. It says success URL. This again is where your customer will go after they've made their purchase for fulfillment, and this is the point in time where you might want to offer them a CD or DVD. This could be your bump offer. Hey, look, we'll send you a DVD of our latest software as a thank you gift for purchasing, and that's where you would set it up. You would click it in here and connect your Kanarchy account, and away you go. So next, you're into the checkout phase. Now, this is where it really starts to become very powerful. You can have a tall one-step checkout, which is different to the two-step checkout. So if they were to click in if you were to choose the two-step checkout, you would add all your details as the purchaser, then click continue, and this essentially means that the person filling out your shopping cart is making micro commitments. So they're progressively, you know, doing little bits and little bits more to make the purchase, and therefore more likely to follow through. Then you have an embeddable checkout cart, which is some code that you would grab and put into your website, and I'll show you an example of this in a minute. And then you have the pop-up pop-up checkout, which was fantastic. It's just another visual style of presenting your shopping cart. So again, that's code. So let's start at the start and we'll look at the tool one-step checkout. We'll preview it. This is what it will look like inside your website, or you can do it directly from the browser. As you can see here, it's entirely up to you. And again, that's the power of this. You can either process payments directly through your browser and or embedded into your website. The next one is the two-step checkout. So here is an example. So step 1 and step 2. You see here none of the details have been added because this is just a test. I don't want to take up too much time going through, add your details here and add your logo here. That will become very self-explanatory as you go through this. So go to step 2. You can see here that it's asking you to provide relevant information. Okay, now go to step 2, and there you go. You'll come up with the option to make your payment of X price. Your bump will be there. It'll add the price, and then you get to complete your order. Obviously, this is a test, and you won't be able to process it. But that's essentially how your customer will see the shopping cart. Now, the next one is the embeddable one. Click on that, and here you get to change all of the different fields. Collect the customer's business name. It might be relevant that you did that. Their customer's name. Now, only collect what you need. This is a really big tip. If you have a low-priced item and you don't have any intention to send anything physically to them via snail mail, and it's all digital transaction, ask for less. You may not need their home address. In other cases, you may. It really depends on your situation. So that will be up to you, but less is more in many examples here. So, and another one would be I don't intend to call them or talk with them at this stage. So there would be no relevance in asking for their phone number. And I always make it a rule, especially if you're doing paid traffic. Inadvertently, they will ask you, like Google AdWords, for example, on Facebook, and Bing will ask you for terms and conditions about your business. So I definitely would recommend that you provide either a link in here to your terms and conditions page or the terms and conditions that are relevant for this purchase. And this you can add a countdown timer, which is really powerful, this scarcity approach. On a specific date, you might be doing a particular campaign saying, look, this is a true countdown timer. At the end of this month, this will go to 0, and then this offer will not be available because Thrivecart won't allow you to take any further payments for this offer. Or when it counts down, you can choose days, hours. You can replace it with either a message, in this case, or you can redirect them to another page saying, this offer has expired. You're now going to be taken to this page, and you can set a tab color, whatever tab color you like, and we'll just save. We'll see what that looks like in a minute. Custom fields. You might want to add custom fields and include the detail you add on your shopping cart into their invoice. So everything they've provided to you will be sent to them as a copy in their invoice, which is really quite useful if you're looking to check against their purchases. So in this case, we won't add anything extra. Buy button, change the colors of these again and what the word says. So buy now, for example, we'll save that. And testimonials is an incredibly important thing if you have them. And another big tip, don't add false testimonials. If you're making them up, my opinion of that is that people, they know. So if you have testimonials, you can add an image of a person that's giving you the testimonials, but make sure you get their approval to use their image and what they say to you before you go ahead with that. But in this case, we won't add testimonials. You can change your guarantee seal, 100% satisfaction, money back, and encrypted checkout seal. So I generally leave that as it is. And you can choose different cart languages. I know that this is being updated as we go through time, so expect to see more options there. The next, when the purchase is complete, redirect them to a custom page that you might have, or you might use the show customizable success page, which is part of Thrive Cart. In this case, we'll just leave it at this, and simply if you chose redirect, you can show them the success page where they're going to go. That might be a blog or whatever it is you think is relevant. Success heading goes here, so thank you for your purchase. Start by going to X below. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a process. You're taking them on a process from the initial purchase all the way through to the accessing of their purchase. You can use video, so you can use Amazon video, YouTube videos, easy video player videos, whatever your embed code is to play your video. This is where you put it, and this is something that we use on thank you pages. Say, hey, look, it's Rick Nuske here. Thank you so much for your purchase. Just wanted to put a face to a name and welcome you to the membership, or whatever it is that's relevant for you. You may have other instructions you want to provide, and it's entirely up to you if you choose to use a video. And body text. Thanks again. And these are just short examples just to give you an idea of how the back office looks. Product name, test product. And click here to access bump offer. We'll leave that as it is. So next. Now this is where it really becomes quite powerful. You can set up specific actions based on what your customer does. They can be added to a mailing list. You can apply tags if you're using things like ActiveCampaign, which has tag management, or you can subscribe them to a webinar. Whatever the next action is that you want to take them on in your sales funnel path, this is where you would do it. You would simply click add a rule. So it might be select the service you wish to set up for custom HTML. So when your customer purchases your product or refunds, etc., you will get them to do this. So let's just say when your customer went to your shopping cart but they abandoned the cart, that means they didn't go through the purchase, then you can add some HTML form code there and add them to a list, which in turn automatically triggers an email to them saying, hey, look, I saw that you attempted to make a purchase. What went wrong? Was there a problem? And then you would provide some instructions as to how they can come back to the cart, give them a link back to the cart, and this will bump your transaction conversion rates. So that's a pretty powerful one, the abandoned cart thing. Payment is declined. You can say, look, we've received your attempted payment, but it was declined. So if for whatever reason they can decline, you can again send them to and add them to a list, which again sends them another message saying, I'm not sure what happened. Would you like to try again? Maybe we could talk, or whatever it is, or update your credit card details. And you can see here, there's a lot of different offers, options here for this. And this is something that, by the time you've set up your first cart, you might be thinking, oh, I'll do that later. But again, another big tip is just to make sure to spend the time up front, get it right, and then that way all of these different variables are covered. No matter what they did, you can continue to communicate with your prospect or your customer. Now, if they purchase the bump offer, they again, you can add them to another list saying, you not only purchased the main offer, you've purchased the bump offer. Thank you very much. Here's a short message. So you add a rule, and then you can go down the list and add as many rules as you like. Now into the tracking tab. This is good for Google Analytics and Facebook Pixels and so forth, so you can track exactly where people are coming from, what they did inside of your shopping cart. You might have your own custom tracking codes, and this is really powerful stuff. This is so important to be able to track where your sales are coming from. And you can choose to whether or not you only run the code the first time the customer gets to the success page, because if they come back to it and they refresh their page, you don't want your tracking codes to be triggering and firing every time they come back, and it's really false positives. They're only purchased once. You only want them to be recorded once. So that's this. So we'll turn that off for this case and go next. Do you want affiliates to promote this product? So you've got product X. It's a piece of software. You might have some people on your list who are interested to promote that software. So you would click yes. And you would say auto approve, manually approve, and disable signups. This essentially is the same process that Thrivecart uses for you to become a Thrivecart affiliate. So we use what's called last cookie, or some people call it last touch or first touch. But we use last touch because that means the last person that saw the page was going to be allocated the commissions for this sale as an affiliate. You can set cookie expiry, and now cookies are nothing more than an image that you can't see on your page that recognizes that a certain computer has seen this page, and that way it can attribute the sale or the commission to you as the affiliate, or your people, your affiliate team. So requires affiliate to connect their PayPal account. So you can either choose your PayPal account, but you can pay them directly into your PayPal account. Now I tend to do this because we can do mass pay, and that way if there's 20, 30 different transactions that need to go through, PayPal allows you to do that all in one hit, which is a much more efficient way of processing commissions to your affiliates. Or no, I'm able to pay affiliates via some other means, check, etc. It's up to you. So the affiliate target link, this is where your customers are taken after clicking the affiliate link, and it's usually going to be your sales page. So this is where you would set that up. So if you're promoting Thrivecart, for example, you will notice that after you go from here, you go through to another page. It could be a blog post, and it gives you more details or instructions on next step. So that's where you would add that particular target URL. So next, what percentage you're going to be paying them, or a fixed fee. It might be a one-off fixed fee. And in this case, it's 50% commission on the core product and 50% on the bump offer. Now, if you didn't have a bump offer, this wouldn't be here. This would disappear. Instant payment, manual payment. Again, a tip here is to make sure that you have gone past your warranty period or your refund period before you make payments. Otherwise, you could be left holding the can financially and having to pay out for people who shouldn't have been allocated any commissions at all. So in this case, we usually make it up to 30 days. It really depends on your terms and conditions as to what time has to elapse before the commissions become available. So down the bottom, it's telling us this is how it will go. Affiliates will receive 50% commission from your product, $1 price, which is 50 cents. If the customer purchases your bump offer, the affiliate will receive 50% commissions from your bump offer, which is $14, which is $7 for them. You have to pay them manually after 7 days. So it's really well laid out, explains to you exactly what's happening, and there's absolutely no uncertainty as far as you setting this up is concerned. So save and get URL. And it saves. So the next option here is either you can grab the code here, as you can see, and we're going to do this in two different ways. We're going to take this particular code and we're going to embed it into a test page first. And before you do any of all this, you can add your tracking ID. Okay, so you simply put in, if this is a Facebook related campaign or product XYZ campaign, you would put in that detail there, and it dynamically adds that detail inside of this code, so you don't have to muck around trying to work out what that's all about. And copy embed code once you're ready to put it into your page. So you come over to your page and you typically will come into your text area and you Control V at the same time, and then you will go back to there, and then you will preview that page. And as you can see, there it is. It automatically loads straight into your web page or post. It can be a post or a page, and it's simply amazing. You can see here that this is in test mode because we haven't actually turned it on inside of Thrivecart. So once you do that, that will go away. you can see how we've added our countdown timer. You can see how we've added a bump offer, and we're only asking for what's relevant, then their email address, their address, and the payment processor type, and everything that you've set up in your Thrivecart is represented on that page. So coming back to the Thrivecart account, you can customize your sales funnel. You might want to put this purchase into as the first phase of a bigger sales funnel. You might see that this is your front end offer, and then you want to offer an upsell. So in this case, let's say we had an upsell one. You would enter the success URL here, and if they don't take that, you can do a downsell, which could be a 60-day free trial, and you would add the relevant URLs into these areas here. Now, if they were to purchase your upsell, then you would you could replace it and say, okay, take out the original offer because they've upsold and they've taken a more significant product, and therefore we don't want them to sell them that initial product anymore. So it gives you granular level control as to the upsells and the downsells, and at the moment you can do 5 upsells and downsells. So typically we personally only do 2 or 3 maximum. We've never actually gotten past 4 for this because it just becomes overbearing on your customer. So this is important. Turn on 2-click upsell button. You don't want people accidentally clicking on the upsell button without having to verify that, hey, we really do want this, because if they come back to you and you have a lot of refunds, oftentimes it's because they'll say, oh, well, I didn't really actually want the upsell button, but I only had one click and there it was, I'd already been upsold it. So my recommendation is to turn on the 2-click upsell button. So now that you've done all this and you want to, you would have integrated with your membership or whatever else beforehand. Again, you can see that this is another bump offer. This is where you put all your product numbers. And if you're not sure about how this all happens, you can certainly talk with myself and we can help you get that all set up as you move forward. Alternatively, talk to your web developer and they'll be able to help you. So, okay, so use my own custom script. This is again for advanced users. So if you have somebody who can help you with the upsell and downsell scripts, we can help you with that. Certainly reach out to them and save yourself some time. But we typically won't be using any of that. We go as far as integrating with your membership platform, and that's about it. So we'll save the sales funnel, and then we see your sales funnel has been successfully saved. And that really is as hard as it gets to set up your Thrivecart shopping cart. Again, you can embed it into posts or pages. You can have countdown timers. You can add, straight into your page, or you can use it with a button. And that's a preview of the button here. And again, you can grab just that code. Either you can put the full shopping cart into your website, or you can have just a button now, very similar to the early days with PayPal. That's what this essentially is doing. And you can do it with an image. You can make this a clickable image. So it's entirely up to you. You've got that really granular level of control in everything you do with your Thrivecart account. Now, the next part I want to show you is in coupons. You can actually add coupons for different products. So in your shopping cart, you can add a coupon area. So we will look at this one, or we'll just create a new coupon for the sake of it. So my coupon 1 will automatically give you a coupon name. You can enable it or disable it. Say discount either as a percentage or a fixed price, depending on the value of your product. Now, usage, they can redeem it immediately from a set date or straight away, and then it can be disabled on a date, and it can auto apply to an affiliate and can be turned off after a fixed number of usages. Now, coupon applies to either all of your products or specific products, which is quite useful. So whatever one you want to choose it to. So let's say it was for this one. and then target behavior rules. This again is about the rules that you send for your autoresponders. So set the rule that if somebody uses a coupon, that it adds them to a particular product and triggers an automatic autoresponder email to follow them up saying, thank you for your purchase. I've noticed that you've used your coupon. Here's the benefits. Then up the next tab, you can see here, you can search by your customer name and their email address, so you can see what they've purchased, when they purchased them. So you get some really good level, high level reporting on people who have purchased from you. So you might have a customer who said, hey, look, I purchased this and it said my purchase has gone through, I need to check it, or I'm having a problem. You can come into your Thrive cart and say, well, yes, you did, and you can check that against Stripe or PayPal. So if the money's in your PayPal account, for example, or your Stripe account, and you're in Thrive cart, well, yes, they did make the purchase. So this helps you check the accounting side of your business. Down the bottom here, over time, you'll see that this gives you all the details you're going to need in terms of net revenue, refund rates, refunds, total customers, and so on and so forth. So it's very, very powerful. The next one is the affiliates tab. It'll give you breakdowns of who is doing really well as an affiliate for your business, what payouts have been made to your affiliates, who are your affiliates, how many are applying to become affiliates, who is an approved affiliate, the product options. So, interview payment, for example, we've set up one for that can be promoted, and test is the one we're doing today, along with the rules for affiliate behaviors and how you follow up with them in terms of your email autoresponders. Now, last but not least is inside your settings account. This is where you will go and set up your integrations, your webhooks, tax blacklists. You can blacklist specific IP addresses and email addresses from purchasing. They might be troublesome for whatever reason. You can blacklist them, and then you have your account-wide settings. So this all becomes very self-explanatory as you go through the entire Thrive cart experience. But all that being said, this is a very, very simple interface to use, which is, for me, is very important for our customers, because we don't want to be promoting things that are confusing or too technically oriented. But if that's your thing, that's great. But either way, I think less is more when it comes to using these types of things for the online part of your business. So now that I've taken the time to walk you through one of our Thrive cart accounts, you should be, or I'm at least hoping you are, excited about what you now know of Thrive cart, and you can appreciate how incredibly powerful this software is. My hope is that you now want to set up your own account and that you're ready to get it set up. But before you do anything, I want to sweeten up this whole thing by taking it to another level, making an offer for you to add additional value that's going to help you get this all up and running in the next handful of minutes. Now, I want you to have the best shopping cart available, which is what I believe to be Thrive cart. But to get there, I also want you to have confidence that this is right for your business. And on top of all of that, I want to help you build a better business. But for me to do that, you need from me a really good reason to buy Thrive cart through me. And that's exactly why I'm offering you over $1,400 in free bonuses when you buy Thrive cart through my page, which you can find at myfuturebusiness.com. And I'll give you some links to that in the window here. In fact, this link should be on this page. So go ahead and click it and check out the details. Now, I've spent the time to work out exactly what would add the most value for you and your business. And this is basically what I've come up with. Now, when you buy Thrive cart through myself, I'm going to give you access to all 4 of my existing information programs, which are Email Marketing Success, Successful Affiliate Marketing 101, Fast Track Info Product Creation, and Inside Outsourcing. Now, these are normally sold for $67 each, and they contain absolutely everything I know about email marketing, everything I know about affiliate marketing, info product creation, and outsourcing successfully. So I should know a little bit about these topics, given that I've been doing this sort of things every day for, more than 8 years. So you could definitely try to go about this the hard way and figure out what you need to do to access all of this information, or you could just make it easier on yourself and get all of these courses and start getting real value out of them as soon as you can. And the next part of this bonus is I want to give you 6 months free access to the Better Business Builder Forum, which is normally an invite-only forum where all of these programs are available to you inside the invite-only forum, which you'll also have access to additional programs, including My Traffic Solution as an example, and many others. So inside the forum you will gain access to a lot of knowledge that's normally priced at around $397 each year, and this is yours free when you buy a Thrivecart through myself. The next part of the bonus is really quite difficult to put a price on. You get access to me personally inside our Better Business Builder Forum, where you can ask me any questions you like. You have your own private one-on-one conversation thread where you get to ask me in private any question you like. You might have questions on how to set up your shopping cart, run webinars, improve traffic conversion rates, create a website that's got a conversion focus, how you can grow your team, how to create your own information programs, and even how to do successful affiliate marketing. And with your new copy of Thrivecart, given what I know about it, you'll likely want to know more about how to get started with processing payments on your website. And I've got you covered with years, literally years of in the trenches experience. I've done this myself. So I've made tens of thousands of dollars doing what I'm about to show you inside the forum. So I believe you'll get a lot of value from having access to this bonus, the total of which is around about $1,000 on its own, and it's yours completely free. But that's not the end of it. I'm going to give you $50 cash back directly paid directly into your PayPal account after the refund period finishes. But last but not least, I'm going to spend an hour with you on Skype walking you through the various parts of Thrivecart so you can get it set up, so you can see your results much sooner. Again, I've got lots and lots of experience with shopping carts, and I'll help you set it up and link your Thrivecart to products that you sell in a matter of minutes. And the great part about our Skype call together is that you can be virtually looking over my shoulder or vice versa and watch my computer screen on your computer screen. So it's almost like we're in the office together watching each other as I show you everything I know about Thrivecart, and I can help you along the way. And this, I believe, is going to save you a lot of time. And if I were to put a price on it, which is difficult to do, I'd say it'd be easily worth an additional $500, but it's yours absolutely free when you buy a Thrivecart through me. So just to get a bit of a bearing on how much this was going to be worth all up, with all the information programs that I've mentioned, email marketing success, successful affiliate marketing 101, what's the other one? Fast track info product creation, inside outsourcing, that's around about $268. 6 months free access to the Better Business Builder Forum alone is $198. A private one-on-one access to me inside the forum is easily worth $1,000, and the 1 hour Skype call together to get you set up and running, again, another $500. So all of this comes up to a total value of about $1,966, so well over the initial $1,400 that it would have been. So just be aware, for you to get access to all of these bonuses, you have to order through my affiliate link, which you're going to find inside either this webinar window as well as the Thrivecart post, which I've linked to on myfuturebusiness.com. So if you want to go there now, just click the link on this page to check it out. So, and importantly, if you've already seen any of the Thrivecart promotional videos that might be getting around at the moment, chances are you would have already gotten somebody else's cookies, and they'll get credit for the sale. So to get my free bonuses, you need to first delete their cookies. And on the Thrivecart page, you'll see the post inside My Future Business about Thrivecart. You'll see in exact detail the instructions you need to follow to delete previous cookies from your browsers. It's not hard. It's just that the existing cookies must be cleared out for you to be able to claim all of your bonuses, and so that I can check your purchase against the information that I have. So I really hope you've taken a lot of value away from this session today. I hope you're ready to take action by getting your Thrivecart account up and running. And I definitely look forward to hearing back from you. So from here, to close out the call, make sure you click on the link inside this window. Check out the Thrivecart post as well that I've put together for you. Follow the steps, and I'll talk with you again soon.